The Top 25 Life-Saving Survival Skills Part 1. 1. Carry fire starters. Carry fire accelerants in your pack in case you need to start a fire in wet conditions. Products like Solkoa's FastFire will burn when they're wet and in the wind, and they require very little heat to get going. Lightweight, inexpensive, and easy to use, these little cubes are lifesavers should you need to make a fire to avoid hypothermia, create a signal, or simply make a restorative cup of coffee. Several come in a pack, so stack a few in your hunting pack, fishing bag, the glove box of your vehicle, and anywhere else you can think of, because you never know when the need for heat may arise. 2. Pack a sack. A 42 or 55-gallon contractor-grade garbage bag is an indispensable, yet often overlooked, piece of survival gear. Bags are very inexpensive, weigh almost nothing, and take up very little space in a pack. In a survival situation, you can fill it with dry natural materials to form bedding, lay it down on the ground as a seat to keep your pants dry, or make a moisture barrier for your bedding. Cut a hole in the bottom of it and place it over your head and you have a makeshift rain jacket. You can bring more than one and also use it to collect water as a transpiration bag, or a simple pack cover to keep your gear dry. 3. Leave your location. If you're planning an adventure, Tracy Trimble, the co-author of Essential Wilderness Navigation, suggests leaving details of your trip with someone responsible and trustworthy before you head out. Write it down and post it on the refrigerator or send it in a text message. Make sure you offer details like where you're going, when you expect to return, and the names and phone numbers of anyone traveling with you. If for some reason you don't make it back before the expected time, search and rescue can use the details you provide to reach you in a more timely and efficient manner. 4. Power up. Like many of us, Trimble integrates technology with his love of the outdoors. Cell phones with GPS capacities are as accurate as standalone GPS devices, at a fraction of the cost. But like most technology, your cell phone requires battery power to operate, and can remain on for only a finite time. Trimble is a member of 2 search and rescue teams, and he uses his phone as a GPS unit but keeps the device on airplane mode to save battery life. He also takes a portable charger to use when necessary. If you are in a group, ask one person to use their device at a time to maximize the group's battery life. 5. Test your gear. Dwayne Unger, the founder of Dwayne Unger Outdoors and 2018 Blade Sports World Champion, recommends that anyone venturing into the outdoors should experiment with different pieces of survival gear before embarking on an adventure to see what works best for them. For example, some might like to use a water filtration pump, while others prefer using iodine tablets or a life straw to purify water. For emergencies, Unger advises avoiding pre-assembled first aid kits. Instead, he says to make your own personalized survival kit so you can customize everything inside based on your activities and for any possible situations that might arise. For example, if you're not a fan of mini ferrocerium rods for starting emergency fires, then carry a small waterproof lighter and some fire-starting material instead. Most importantly, Unger says you need to get out and simulate situations to become familiar with your gear. That way you'll get a better idea of your skills and be able to replace any items that don't work for you. 6. Avoid hypothermia. Hypothermia, the loss of body heat faster than your body can produce it, is one of the top 5 leading causes of death in the backcountry and accounts for 9% of all deaths on federal and state property. In fact, accidents, illnesses, and hypothermia are the 3 top causes of death, but also the easiest to prevent from happening. Unger recommends carrying a minimum of 2 ways to make a fire. One of those should always be a disposable lighter. They are inexpensive, easy to use, and lightweight. That is a nice combination for anything that could save your life on a cold, unexpected overnight stay in the woods. A secondary choice is a backup lighter in another location, a ferro rod, or a Fresnel lens. 7. Bring extra clothes. No one knows exactly when a critical or life-threatening situation will occur. Unger says that any time you plan to take a trip outside, you should always assume you are going to spend an unexpected night outside, and should therefore take the necessary precautions. Ask yourself 2 questions when prepping your clothes. 1. Will these clothes keep me dry? 2. Will they keep me insulated? If you answer no to either, you should reconsider what you're packing and instead take something that will stave off things like hypothermia in the event you are outside overnight. Wool is a great insulating material because it can take abuse. Even when it's wet, it remains about 60% effective at retaining heat. However, wool does not prevent wind from passing through it. This will effectively cool you down. Primaloft and Primaloft Gold are great polyesters, windproof layers that also insulate well when wet, retaining about 85 to 90% of your heat. Down is another great insulator, but it loses nearly all its insulating properties when it is damp or wet. Let me know what do you think. Looking forward to your comments.